Hello traders, Carl FX here. So I'm in a bit of a flu, but as long as I'm breathing, I think uh, this is going to go well. So this is for swing traders, day trading Tanzania swing traders. So I'm just going to break down a few pairs: GBPUSD, EURUSD, USDCAD, and gold. So looking at the weekly charts on GBPUSD, we see that in a long time since this was in April 2018, we have been in a descending channel for quite a while. From here to here, we see we're still descending. We're still on a downfall. Looking at the daily chart, but one thing we realize coming, we have sort of a level here created on the weekly chart. As you can see, price rejected that area for a while now. So we are having first push. Probably this is the retest of this candle over here. This is for this week that we just closed. So now let's look at the daily and see what do we have going on. So on the weekly chart, this is the level that we are just picking. Now let's just get this from swing high down back to swing low. So we see on the daily chart, let's make this just not too long, guys. So we are majorly descending. We are on both ways. On the daily and on the weekly, we are still in a descending mode. Coming now, this is the level that we see it just hold from May 17th up to June 19th. So for 2 months we have been in this trading range over here. Now just to get a little glimpse of the trading range, this is what we see now. So we have been going back and forth in this level, a false break out of this level, and we see that as this week was coming to an end, this is where we closed prior to this week. So what do we expect, guys? We expect that price is going to make another fall back to the downwards, or we can get a small push to come and validate the trend line. So remember, we are just trading what we see. We don't trade what we think. What we currently see, we have a bearish momentum, we have a retest in price. So we can't actually confirm until we see price going to trade below it. So I'm giving every pair 3 minutes, so we have 2 minutes on this pair. Now let's just go into the 4-hour chart now and see what is going on. So what is the current momentum? What is the current trend? This is what we see on the 4-hour. You see we have the first touch, second touch. Okay, the first touch, second touch. This is coming to be the third touch right now. So what do we expect in this coming week, opening week? We expect that price is probably going to make a fall to the downside. You see, this is what we expect. Price is going to make a fall to the downside. Why? Because we are momentum traders. We follow what the market is showing us. What the market is showing us is giving us a nice shorting opportunity. Although we can see it's a bit confusing, guys. As you can see, we might have some inverted head and shoulder over here, but until it breaks, that is when we are going to trade the inverted head and shoulder. But what we see right now is an opportunity to go back short. So this is for the GBPUSD. Our target is going to be here. We won't take it all the way to the downside, but this is where we're going to end. So this is all for the GBPUSD. So going to EURUSD now. Let's go to the weekly charts. As we said, 3 minutes on each pair. Unluckily we went for more than 3 in the last. So we have a descending channel over there. Why? Because I didn't extend it because you see we have first touch, second touch, third touch. So probably price was unable to come to the third touch. So now let's go back to the daily chart and see what is okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened over here, but this is taking our time, but no worries, no pressure. So this is the daily chart now. We're looking at the daily chart. This is what we're currently see. So nothing is really clear over here, because even if you take a trend line over here, you see this is going to pass down through some areas. Even if we take from some candlestick over here, this is still going to be not going really well. No. So what do we do at first? First, we try to assess what is currently price doing. Price is currently on the rise. Where did it start rising? It started to rise down here. So this could be confusing, guys. That's why I'm doing it like that. You see, we take it from here to here. So we have an ascending pattern over there. So this is what we get. We see that price is now on the rise, on below the weekly, below the weekly trend. You see, now this could still be strong because we are we are looking at this in the macro time frames, the daily and the weekly chart. Now let's go back to the 4 hours and see what are we going to see over there. See, so on the current structure, we see if we take this from here, this is going to be pretty far, This is really not going to make any sense. So for these things to make sense now, we take price what is current. This is the previous move to the downside. It was broken very good and well. Now price is on the rise. So what do we see, guys? This is what we see. We see price is now on the ascending channel. On the ascending channel. Where is it going? It's going to the upside. Upside where? Maybe to the trend or maybe somewhere in between. You're not really sure, because remember, guys, even if we do some trend analysis, we see that buyers have more power than the sellers. Now if you come here, we get this structure over here with a very small microstructure. It's not a big deal. It's for us to pick an entry to go long, guys. Why do we go long? We go long because we go long because price is in an ascending channel in both ways. If we break at that channel, it means we are going to go to the upside, up to there. But currently we're just going to end over here. Why? Because you see, looking at the left, you see we have pretty much a lot of rejections of this area over here, and this area was highly rejected by price, so probably we're going to get a rejection. So if not, we are going to play the break of the trend. If we're going to break the break of the trend, this is where we're going to be safe for us to sell, and our target is probably going to be down there to the downside, 81 pips, 76 pips. Okay, so for now, guys, this is what we see. This is what trade what you see. This is currently what you see. We're seeing that price wants to go back to the upside. Okay, now let's go back to USDCAD now. Actually, not go back to, go into, yeah, USDCAD on the weekly time frame. As stay. I like this chart because it shows us the overall weekly momentum very easy. You see, we have this, but this is the best. Why do I like it? Because we have this, we have impulse, we have relief, we have impulse, we have relief. So probably what is going to happen here is impulse to the downside, then probably get a relief. Very simple, guys, because this is just a simple behavior analysis. How does the pair behave? You see, how does the pair behave? Now we have an overall descending. Let's just see the daily chart and see what is really going on. So the daily chart, guys, we see we are now in a fall to the downside, but remember we are on this correction for a very long time right now. So this was from September 2017 in this correction. Now let's make it in the channel way, guys. You see, we have this macro structure forming now. We see this is still a relief. On the weekly, we saw that it was already broken, but now we see that it wasn't really broken. But now, guys, to confirm our trend line in the daily chart, this is what get this currency. This is a current trend right now to the downside. So what do we wait, guys? We see that price really wants to continue to go down south, but for us to be competent, to be confident in this position, we have to see the break of the daily and probably the retest, then go down south. And remember, guys, this is going to be a very, very long-term move, because as I told you, impulse relief. So we're really expected to have an impulse move whereby This is going to be our target over here. So we're probably looking at 999 pips, so let's just take it over here, and then 803 pips. This is a very long-term movement, so there's no need for me to go back to the 4 hours, because everything I can just see everything right from there. This is a pair which needs patience and just price to come on our levels. So now let's go back to gold. Actually, not go back to gold, just go into gold. Okay, we see gold. This is a weekly chart on gold. We see that gold is on the rise. When did it start rising? It started rising from December 2015. We're on the rise on gold. You see, this is what was going to happen. uh, Always, as always, most of the people say gold is always on the rise. That is on the weekly chart. Now let's see, from August 2018, gold is still on the rise, making those highs, new highs. You see, as we see there. Let's put it in the channel. We could put it over here, but this could be could not be a very good channel for us to use. So that's why I prefer the one on the top. So now let's just go back get into the daily chart and see what is really going on. So as we look at the daily, we see we are now in an accumulation phase. But before this trend began here, and this is a bullish bullish trend. Okay, let's just take it over here and try and see from swing low to swing high. You see, we're still in bullish trend. You see, we're still bullish even on the daily chart. But what do we see? We see signs of accumulation over here. Probably we could see experience some reversals. Now, if you look at the RSI over here, this is what it shows. It shows that prices is on the fall. We're trying to reverse back to come to the downside, but we can't really judge for now, because these are just tools to give us confluences. So let's go to the 4 hour and try and see what is really happening on this area over here. So this is the 4 hour. As you see, uh, what I see is we are forming a wedge. We are forming a wedge. This is a wedge that is being formed over here. So okay, it might not be exactly a wedge, because some areas are like violated in a way, but this is what is currently forming, some sort of something, a pattern. So these patterns are very dangerous, because they might be looking to trap traders to the upside, because this is the high, and as you can see, uh, price just came back there once, and probably we're going to get another upside break. But for gold now, we are in the accumulation phase. Nothing is certain, nothing is clear, but we're waiting for a short, maybe after the break of the trend line. Why am I waiting for a short? Because you see, in the past 2 years, okay, let's just wait for it to load a bit. So in the past 2 years, this is the high for gold. You see, from where it started. Let's go back to the weekly chart. So this is the high for the last 2 years, since okay, not only 2 years, since December 2015. This is the high on gold. That's why we're expecting price to make some dips, because remember guys, when on 2016, when price made a new high, this is what happened. But it's a healthy trend. It's back and forth, back and forth. So probably let's just wait and see if gold is going to respect our trend and fall back downside. So that's it guys. I hope this was helpful for you swing traders out there. I hope you have a productive week ahead. I'll be looking to so much into this pair this week, especially the GBPUSD, giving us a very good opportunity, an immediate opportunity for us to sell and go back to the downside. So until next time, bye bye. Color effects again. Thank you.